Hello, Fred Scribers, baseball fan Fred Scribers. Welcome back to another New York Mets 2000 series playthrough. We are now in the year 2001, and we have a few new players that we've gotten. I've been busy these last couple of days. We were able to acquire Lance Berkman, Carlos Delgado, and on the pitching side, we were able to get Pedro Martinez and Juan Rincon for the pitching side. So a little bit of an upgrade at the starting pitching and in the bullpen, and also in the lineup. Got a couple of power hitters. Carlos Delgado, who was a Mets later on, we decided to try to get him earlier, and we did. Let me just make sure the volume is on and the OBS software, it is recording perfectly. And yes, we are on our way. All right, let's get this game going. We are going to be playing the Marlins. Oh, wait, hold on one second. Is there a game before this? No, it's in December, right? This is April 1, 2001. And it's the Marlins and the Mets. And we are at Shea Stadium. Oh, we got another Met down here. How old is he? He's 25. He's their second baseman. All right, let's get this game underway. There's your lineups on the left-hand side here. You can check that out. And let's get this game going. Let's make sure the volume is not too high. All right, here we go. First pitch of the game. And welcome to the year 2001. This is the season opener. Castillo opens with a single to right field. Here's Mark Kotze. And Castillo steals second. Here's the pitch to Mark MK. Okay, one man out. Here's Cliff Floyd. He gets plunked. First and third. One out. Derek Lee gets an infield single, and it's actually a double. He has it. Oh, because it went down the left field line. All right, Mike Lowell. Two men away, and Preston Wilson. He gets plunked. Pedro Martinez is having control issues in this game. And just like that, we are trailing 2-0. Let me get a little comfortable here. Now batting Steve Finley for the New York Mets. A.J. Burnett is on the mound. And Finley gets a base hit to right and makes it all the way to third for a triple. Here's Fonzie. These are your 2000 champions, New York Mets. One out. Finley does not advance. Here's Lance Berkman. He gets a base hit to right field, and that's going to score the first run for the New York Mets in this home opener, season opener. And here's Carlos Delgado. He was a favorite Met. He strikes out, and Piazza. I wanted to increase the power on this team. First and third, 2 men away. Here's Bubba Trammell. This team is starting to not look like the Mets right now with all the trades. All right, top of the second. Wanted to thank the Fred Scribers that are tuning into these games. We know that most of you are not baseball fans, but you still watch the games to support the channel, and I truly appreciate that. Castillo with a base hit up the middle. Mark Kotze coming up. He strikes out. All right, Robin Ventura. He walks. Melvin Mora at the plate. He's going to fly out to center field. One out. And here's the pitcher, Pedro Martinez. He strikes out, and Steve Finley coming up. He gets a home run to left, and he gets 2 RBIs. It's 3-2 New York. Here's Fonzie. Hopefully we'll have a good season with this revamped lineup and pitching staff. We had a good year last year, but some of the players were in their last year of their contracts. They wanted a lot of money. Their ratings are going down as opposed to going up. So we needed to make some changes to that squad. Here's Cliff Floyd. It's 3-2 New York, top of the third. Cliff Floyd lined out to first. Here's a base hit for Derek Lee. Mike Lowell. Can we get a double play? Nope. 2 men away, runner on second. And he strikes out. That was Preston Wilson. Right here is Mike Piazza. He's going to be followed by Trammell and Ventura. Piazza pops up to second. Here's Bubba Trammell. He strikes out, and Robin Ventura. He flies out to left field. Top of the fourth, Alex Gonzalez coming up. Pedro strikes him out. He plunks Redmond. He's hit a few pitchers so far. A.J. Burnett's up there bunting. And that is a successful bunt. Luis Castillo is going to bring him in. The score is tied 3-3. And Mark Kotze. Runners on first and third, 2 men away. Pedro Martinez is not having it today. He doesn't have it. All right, Melvin Mora coming up. It's up to our bats now to get us back into this ball game. Mora starts off with a base hit. We're going to be bunting, sacrificing. This will probably be it for Pedro. All right, here's Steve Finley. He's 2 for 2, and he walks. Here's Fonzie. Fonzie strikes out. Lance Berkman. And nothing doing in that inning. Let's see who we can get. We have a revamped bullpen here. We need someone who can go a few innings. Let's see, Jim Mann, 25. Juan Rincon is 27. Armando Benitez is 25. Keith Falk is 22. Let's bring in Keith Falk. He's a setup man, so I don't want to use him. Let's try Mr. J.R. Juan Rincon. Hopefully he can give us 2 innings. Mike Lowell popped up to second. Preston Wilson grounds to second. And Alex Gonzalez popped up to the second baseman. So all 3 putouts by our second baseman. Right here's Delgado. Delgado strikes out Mike Piazza. There's a grand slam. There's a home run by Big Mike. Scores now 5-4. Bubba Trammell. He's got some power, but he flies out. And Robin Ventura. And he hits it over the wall. It is now 5-5. We're in a battle, folks. And Morris strikes out. All right, Rincon coming in for his second inning of work. 1 man out as Mike Redmond flies out. Here's Kevin Millar. He hits a home run and it's now 6-5. The Marlins are not going down quietly. Castillo grounds to the shortstop. And Kotze flies out. All right, Dan Michelli coming in to pitch. There's Juan Rincon. We got to get a pinch hitter. Let's get Alex Escobar. We got a couple of lefties. Let's get Darrell Hamilton in there. We got to get strengthen the bullpen pretty soon. Hamilton strikes out. Here's Finley. Finley pops up, and Alfonso. He gets a base hit down the right field line for a double. Here's Lance Berkman. He's 2 for 3. He's got an RBI. And that retires a side. All right, let's get another pitcher in there. We got the 7th, so that's going to be Benitez. Got 2 righties coming up, so we're going to let Benitez pitch to these 3 guys and hope that we can get something going. A tapper back to the mound. Here's Derek Lee. He's going to get a base hit to right, and there's going to be a double. Here's Mike Lowell. 2 men away, and Preston Wilson. And that's going to make the score 7-5. All right, we're not doing too well in the pitching department. All right, here's Delgado. Delgado walks like Piazza coming up. He's going to get a base hit. First and second, nobody out. Here's Bubba Trammell. He's going to hit it up the middle for a base hit. That's not going to score a run. The bases are loaded for Robin Ventura. And he walks in a run. The score is now 7-6. Melvin Mora. And he walks. Tie score. Ryan Dempster's coming in to pitch in relief of Danny Bautista. We're going to get Jay Payton in there, even though there's a righty. I don't trust these lefties here. I guess I should, right? Timo Perez. Lefty-righty split. He pops up to third base. All right, Steve Finley. Bases loaded. 1 out. He strikes out. Oh, we tied the score, but we could have had a lot more. Okay, he's going to be Keith Folk, our setup guy. 1 man away, Dave Berg. 2 men away. And that retires the side. All right, Antonio Alfonseca coming in. Lance Berkman, Delgado, and Piazza are next up. And Delgado, Berkman grounded out. Delgado walks. No speed there at first base. Man, a double play. You think Berkman, Delgado, Piazza, and to some extent Trammell, they can get some offense going amongst this group right there. But they got nothing. All right, let's give Folk another. No, we're going to need to, we're going to bring in Matt Weiss. I don't want to burn out these bullpen guys too quickly. In the 9th, it's going to be Trammell, Ventura, and Mora. All right, hang on to your, fasten your seatbelts. Hopefully we can walk it off. Here's Bubba Trammell. Flies out to right. And Ventura, who has a home run already today. There it is. And the Mets walk it off on a Robin Ventura homer to right center. That was exciting. The Mets are 8-7. Let's check out the box score. So the Mets, 7 runs, 10 hits, no errors. The Marlins, 7 runs, 10 hits, no errors. The Mets, 8 runs, 13 hits, and no errors. There's your batting line score. You can see who did what, where, and when. Down here is your pitching line score. Pedro Martinez just did not have it in this game. Winning pitcher is Matt Weiss. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Let me get out of that. Let's see here, the standings. Where are the standings? Down here. And that's how the National League looks right now. I mean, it's still early it's too early to look at the standings, right? These are the wild card races and then the American League. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate the subscribers that are watching these games. It really is helping the channel. And we're helping the baseball fans, our fellow subscriber baseball fans that are part of our community that can enjoy a baseball game. Remember the 4 YouTube commandments: like, share, subscribe, and comment. And the 5th Angela Star commandment: be kind and be courteous. And we're going to see you in the next episode.